Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of February 12 through 18. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with the cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond what I'm telling you. Okay. Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have a 5 of Swords. Not my favorite card. Not my favorite card, but I think it has the most potential. You know? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. Interesting energies today. Very interesting energies today. All right. So we're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Before I forget, we're going to leave that right there. We're not going to look at it until the very end, so stick around, please. And we're going to see how that might tie the reading together or, give us the confirmation that we're looking for. Okay. So we've got some majors. We've got some air, earth, and water. And over here on the path of the serpent, we've got some air, earth, and water. So there's not a lot of fire. I don't know what happened to the fire. Okay, maybe the mystery card will bring us some of that fiery spiritual love and light that we need. I think right now there is a bit of a struggle now to keep our spirits up. Okay, I think that recently there's been some activities for you, some events, some situations that have been causing a little bit of pessimism, a little bit of doubt, a little bit of maybe just kind of self-criticism, getting down on yourself a little bit, right? With the 5 of Swords here, I do get this feeling as if your confidence is kind of waning a little bit, I feel like you're typically the person that tries to remain optimistic, tries to remain cheerful, tries to always look at the bright side of things, look at the silver lining, look for the blessings even in the kind of misfortunes of life. I think you have an intense intellect, a mind that really is just a beautiful, beautiful mind. You know what I mean? I think that you have such deep thoughts, and you're so receptive, or absorbing of information, that sometimes too much information can get you to kind of get overwhelmed or feel maybe the futility of things, or just how life is sorrow, existence is sorrow, the old Buddhist axiom. And I kind of think we're in one of those periods now where there's a big shift in your life, and it's kind of just too much all at once, and it's causing a little bit of self-doubt, a little bit of a waning of your confidence or your self-esteem. Okay, I think you're kind of feeling like your spirit is down a little bit. And that's the 5 of Swords. But I think you're someone who really is capable, because you have this really, I'm getting a really strong intellect from you. I really think that you're like a philosopher kind of, I'm getting that vibe. I think that you have the ability to turn this card upside down. And I think you have the ability, just mentally, using your mind and your concentration, the power of thought, to put spirit back on top, right? Let spirit take the wheel. You maybe have heard me say that before. And this is through positive thinking, positive affirmations, doing things to take care of your mental health, to take care of your physical and emotional health too, to really put spirit in control of the circumstances, of your reactions to the circumstances of your kind of life path. Okay? And I think that you have the ability to do this. And I think this is the week where we need to shift this around. Okay? Whatever has been down, whatever has been weighing our spirit down, we need to take a look at it and figure out ways to restore ourselves. Okay? I think there really is an opportunity here. Okay. Now, what I see crossing your path is this Sun card. This Sun card could could really be talking about a lot of different things. I'm feeling like a sudden cheerfulness happening in your life. I feel like there's, if we're looking at the path of the dove here, I feel like there's kind of a lot of dim, dark cards around us, right? Even right now, even we are a little bit dim and dark and down, and it feels kind of depressive and heavy, right? All of these cards really do, to be honest with you, but particularly on the path of the dove here. And this card right in the middle is like that bright shining light that's going to illumine everything, that's going to warm everything, that is going to cause all the plants and all the vegetation to just start growing, and everything's going to be lush and abundant again. Okay? So there is something going on this week that's really going to bring about this new growth, this cheerfulness, this abundance, this warmth, this fire, this love, this affection, this care, this security, this like, it's just going to be like a really warm hug, or like a really like warm fire to go sit by with this sun card. I'm feeling an R name somewhere. I don't know if there's someone involved in your life with an R name, and it feels like I don't know if they're coming back into your life, or if it was someone that you once thought was lost or gone or out of your life, that they're coming back. You know what I mean? But I feel like this card is restoring you. This energy, this R-named person is bringing such warmth with them. And it could, it could be an entity, a spirit, right? It could be your patron deity, god or goddess. It could be someone that has passed to the other side in your life, okay? It could be someone who has ascended. It could be a long-lost friend. It could be your lost love from ages ago that you never thought you would see again. Something unexpected really happens. Something with this R comes back into your life, and it just kind of warms your heart, brightens up your smile, livens you up, and gets the earth moving and growing and makes it green again. It's like if these cards are all winter, we're going straight to summer. Okay, straight to summer. We're just skipping spring altogether, going straight to summer. And I think it's some kind of an R person or spirit or entity or intelligence, right? That's going to come back into your life. It could be something like you rediscover a box of old letters from this person. You know what I mean? Or you find a photo album full of their pictures, or something. You find something on the computer, on your phone, that you forgot that you had, but it reminds you of this person. It brings back that energy. It brings back their spirit, you know? It could be something like that. But there's an R name there, and I think it really is just kind of the person that maybe has always had that power to just kind of brighten your day, you know? And it may be that you haven't thought about them in a long while. But let's go to the recent past, because it feels like it's a fairly recent loss even. It feels like maybe it was rather recently. Okay. With the Eight of Cups here, it feels like this is kind of new. I'm feeling like this isn't the energy that we had, in the last month or, few months. So I feel like this is new. I'm feeling like your cups were full. Feeling like you had a really healthy attitude, really outgoing, really positive outlook, cheerfulness, optimism. I feel like your energy was a lot brighter like a week or two or a month ago. But then there was some loss. There was something that drained away from you. Now, I don't think it's like a health situation, but it feels like someone, or the energy from someone, your soul, your love connection, your emotional connection with someone. I don't think it's a romantic thing. Your connection with someone recently has ended or drained away. It could be that this person has been gone for a long time. but maybe recently you just like got rid of the last thing that connected the two of you, or there was that final act of closure, and it was kind of like you got rid of the last bit of clothing that was theirs, or maybe you did kind of pack up all of their belongings and put them in storage, or get rid of them, donate them. It could be just some final act of closure regarding this person that has put you into this kind of dark period. Okay. And I think that was what happened recently. I think that they've probably been gone. They've probably been gone for a little while. Look at that carpal tunnel. It could be that they've been gone for a little while, right? And my condolences if this is a loss, of that nature. But I feel like recently there was the final kind of closure. Okay, the final act that has now brought about this kind of melancholy, this dark, because it's an overall darkness that we see here, And it could be with this 5 of Swords that you're feeling a little bit almost paralyzed by things. This feeling that we can't get out of this, that, how do we pull ourselves out of this rut, this melancholy, this darkness, But I think it is possible, and that's the one thing I do like about the 5 of Swords, is that it's easily flipped around, and it looks better right side up. I call it right side up, with Spirit on top. Okay, Spirit on top. And with that, I think you're getting this reminder, this communication, this person, this energy is coming back into your life in some way that gives you that confidence, gives you that reassurance. It could be some messages somewhere, dreams, synchronicities. It could be that, you just, everywhere you go, you kind of come in contact with something that was theirs, or something that is just so strange that, an object or a piece of art or a word or phrase or anything at all that is beyond a coincidence. It's almost like they're putting things in your path for you to discover, to let you know that they're still around. This final act of closure, whatever that was, they might have, in some way had an awareness of that, and they're just saying, no. There's no severing this connection. Just because we've sold the house or got rid of the apartment or packed up the clothes or whatever it was, just because we did that doesn't mean that the connection is gone. Okay? So I feel like this spirit intelligence, this loving energy, presence, is putting things in your path to remind you of that connection, that connection is still there. Okay? Now, I really hope this isn't a loved one that has passed on. If it is, my condolences. I hope that's not what it is. This could be a relationship with our own higher selves. Could be a relationship with our guardian angels, God, Goddess, Spirit, Universal Mind, Universal Energy, that we thought was severed. Or that we maybe even in a moment of impulsiveness tried to intentionally sever. But Spirit's coming back in to say no. The connection is not severed. You still have this really bright soul, spark, flame, spirit inside of you. And that is going to warm up this cold, cold earth and the cold, cold mind. Remember I said we had a lot of earth and a lot of air? Earth and air, earth and air. A little bit of water, but earth and air mostly, So this sunlight is coming to thaw out this frozen earth, to warm things up again, get things growing, get things moving, get things productive. We're going to move to some more cards here. We see the 7 of Pentacles here. Down at the bottom, beneath the surface, I think that you generally, have enjoyed a lot of the finer things in life. Not like luxurious kinds of things, though maybe that, but I just feel like you've had an easy go of like getting jobs and making money. I feel like that just kind of comes naturally to you. Yes, you've done the hard work. You've always been busy and productive and moving and creating and building. I say this about a lot of signs recently, but I feel like you're a builder, right? Getting a lot of like builder energy lately. I think you've always been that way. And I think that you, anytime you want, you just go, you do work, and you succeed at it. You're very good at the things you do. But the problem now is that the earth has gotten so cold and frozen that you're almost frozen in place, you know. And with the air energy, I feel like the air energy is kind of a cold wind that's keeping things even more frozen. So we're unable to really act. We're unable to manifest right now because we're in this kind of darkness. We're in this dark period. And it could be that you even feel a little bit of guilt, or you feel like you're failing yourself because you're frozen, because you're not acting right now, you're not moving, right? But it's not your fault. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you can look at it like you're failing to produce, to create, but it's not your fault. This is a period of kind of frozen and crystallized energy. We need to thaw it out. We need to get it warmed up again. And I think that's what this Sun card is doing. This is the closest thing we have to fire. This is the closest thing we have to spirit right now. And I think we have to look at this Death card now. I didn't want to really go here, but we have to. It's at the top of the path of the dove. It's important. Okay? It's an important card. I think this is a preparation for something new. I'm just checking the time here. I think this is a preparation for what's coming next in your life. I think that this period of solitude, of quietude, of this crystallization, this kind of frozenness, is a necessary preparation for what comes next in your life. And when this spiritual message, synchronicity, this sign, this presence comes into your life, I think that you will be ready. Sorry, I'm just checking the time here to make sure we're not running too long here. This is like you're getting ready to move into the next step of your life, right? This is kind of like the transition period between the old life and the new life. So it's almost like a process of letting go. You know, you're kind of in this, almost like a grief kind of thing, right? And if you are grieving for a person that you lost, I'm truly sorry. My sincere condolences. Okay. But I feel like this is the process you're in now. You're in this kind of grieving mode. And, this process could take a long time, a short time. Everybody grieves in their own way, right? I feel like when this sun energy comes back, when this light dawns again, when this event happens, or this series of events, or this energy, this presence comes into your life, you're going to know that the grieving process is at its end, and now it's time for the new. It's time for the new. So I think right now you're kind of preparing the ground, preparing the soil for what comes next. Okay. But this process, again, is unique to everyone. So don't let anyone tell you how to do it. There's no right way, there's no wrong way to grieve, but the grieving process, some may say it lasts forever. You never stop grieving, right? Okay, I accept that. But I also think that there needs to be an eventual shift into movement, into a little bit of release, a little bit of letting go of some of it, so that you are kind of unfrozen, And in the immediate future, I do see some beginning to think about the material, about the progress, about the future, about getting back to work. Maybe not getting back to employment, okay? This isn't a career thing. It doesn't necessarily mean what you do for money, but getting back to business, getting back to your life, to what you do. In the immediate future, we have this Queen of Pentacles. This is you starting to think about getting back to business, okay? This is you kind of transitioning into, okay, well, maybe it's time to start thinking about it. Not actually just running out and doing it, but starting to think about it. Okay. Okay. The next card that we see, and I'm still getting that R name for whatever kind of spirit or presence that we're talking about. I just was reminded of that. We have in your general energy this Prince of Cups, and this is you learning how to put on your kind of person suit and go back out into the world, while inside, yes, you're still grieving, and it's still painful, and it's like kind of trying to hold all of that in and put on the persona, put on the kind of person suit to go out into the world and to do your business, do your work, do your routines, whatever it is that you do, to find meaning in your building again. Your act of building, not the building, but in your act of building things, building your life, your future, getting back to business. Okay, so this is really a difficulty keeping all of that on the inside, you know? It's like when you go out and you're getting your cup of coffee at the store or whatever, and you just kind of, you have that impulse, you want to break down and cry, you know? It's difficult to keep all of that in. It's difficult, and especially in those moments where you find that you're smiling, you're having a fun conversation, that's when it's going to hit you like, why am I smiling? Why am I laughing? Why am I in a good mood? You know? But that's part of the process. That's part of the grief and release, you know, of getting back to business. But you're not losing the connection. You're not losing the memory. You're not losing the spiritual connection. That person, that entity, that whatever this intelligence is, this spirit is still with you. And will always be with you. Okay. The next card now is Three of Swords. I feel like everything in your environment is going to remind you of this person, this spirit. We're saying it's a person. I truly hope it's not, honestly. Okay. But whoever it is, I feel like it's going to be this process, and this is part of the transformation that we see with the Death card, going from grieving to kind of getting back to business. Everything around you is going to remind you of this connection, and at first that's going to be a burden. That's going to be not a fun experience, right? That's going to cause all of the emotions to come out again, and then it's almost like now you have to feel the loss again, you know? But this is going to shift, and I think it's because of this, and it could be that you're in this kind of phase now where everything reminds you of them, and it's painful. It's painful. But when this solar energy comes in, it's going to transform this Three of Swords maybe into a Three of Cups, right? Where the memory, the reminders, the connections, the synchronicities, the power objects that remind you of that person are not going to be a source of pain and sorrow. They're going to be a source of joy and strength and abundance and love. Okay? So that's part of the transformation, transforming that Three of Swords from the burden into the blessing. Okay? And then next we see Six of Pentacles. This is kind of like life getting back to normal now. This is like you doing your business. You're out in the world. You're doing your daily stuff, whatever it is you do. Getting back into the world and having the sense of joy and harmony again. And I understand right now you don't want that. It feels like a betrayal even to think about having joy and harmony and cooperation and success and being productive and all of this stuff. It seems like, no, you don't. That would be wrong, right? But I think that's all part of the process. And you'll see that your life, your future still has a lot to offer. There's still a lot more for you to accomplish. There's a lot more work for you to do. A lot more building needs to be done. And now finally on the path of the Serpent, we go from this Queen of Pentacles energy, the prospect of getting back to business. I'm thinking about it. Now, here you are doing it. This is the Prince of Pentacles moving this air energy around, using their mind to really build, put things into action, get things done. You have plans and you're going to execute them. You're getting back to business, but you have this sun now. You have this solar energy kind of behind you and next to you always. Okay? And this is whatever spirit or presence that we're talking about here, that will always be with you. Almost as, as a guide, as someone that you can receive inspiration and advice and warmth and love from. Like a guardian angel. Okay? And I think they're going to be with you now, and they're going to be an inspiration and a motivation for you to continue building. Continue building. So let's look at this mystery card now before we have too long in this video here. I don't know, honestly, what this might be. An Empress, I think, would be nice. Any of the usual suspects for the real joy and abundance. Could be the Three of Cups we were talking about. Could be that Empress card. Could be a 9 or a 10 of Cups. I think some Cups energy would be good, but then also some fire energy, I think, would be appropriate here. Well, unfortunately, no. We've got an 8 of Swords. This process, you're resisting this process. Okay. I think you're stuck in your head too much, and we didn't have a lot of air, but we had central cards, or the air cards here. And then now we have some more here. I think it's difficult for you to accept this. It's difficult for you to kind of see the transformation and to see what's coming next. Okay? So I feel a strong resistance from you right now. You don't want to do this. You don't want to shift this energy. There's some resistance. It's almost like you feel more safe and comfortable in this kind of cocoon that you've built around yourself. Because the 8 of Swords kind of looks like that. You kind of walled yourself off mentally, and then we started with the 5 of Swords, and I think it's still a factor, but I think that you've got to do the work to get over this. And I think when this solar energy comes in, when this 19th mystery of the tarot, I think there's an R name that we're talking about. When their light and love and brightness show up in your life again, I think that's going to get you out of this 8 of Swords. Okay? You're going to just tear these webs down, and you're going to start moving again. Okay? So this is, not really a confirmation. This is more, I think, talking about what the real obstacle is for you, and this is getting out of your head. Get out of your head, get outside, get into the actual literal sunshine if you have it where you live, and start to warm yourself up. Just do something to get out of your head a little bit, get out of your thoughts. Okay. Now, we're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, just click on the link that's right here, and you can have access to all of the extended readings that we do for all signs every week, every month. This was your weekly tarot reading for February 12 through 18 on Dove and Serpent Tarot.